I need you to be the best you that you can be today. Okay. What's up? Welcome to another video here on Style LC. This video is going to be on my top 5 tips for beginner nail artists or nail techs. So let's get into the video. So I'm going to break it down a little bit after I tell you each point. These are just my tips, what I have found that worked for me along the way. My first tip is to learn your consistency, learn the correct liquid to powder ratio, and sticking to 1 or 2 acrylic brands until you get 100% comfortable with the consistency. You also want to use only 1 or 2 different size brushes. Sometimes working with a smaller brush isn't going to be as convenient as working with a larger brush, and that is the foundation. That is the most important. Stay here, don't move. Number 2 is practicing daily. I know everybody says this, to practice daily, but if you're not picking up the acrylic brush every day, then you are not progressing. You need to be practicing the 1 bead method and the 3 or 4 bead method as well. You can't just be doing one way, because different nail styles that you're gonna do are going to require different types of application. That's why it's important to master consistency and a basic nail before you move on to anything else. Some of my favorite ways to practice are using a practice hand. I have a Red Iguana practice hand. A lot of companies sell practice hands. The quality, that just depends, but the purpose is the same. You can also use a practice finger, you know, like the little ones you can get like this that are individual. So a practice finger. There's also a practice finger that's like silicone, so it looks like the practice hand. Also practice on yourself, which is going to be probably the best because you're going to be able to feel the pressure. You should be the #1 person you're practicing on. You could also do friends and family, just let them know like, hey, it might not be that good and it's gonna take a long time. So that's okay if it does. You know, if you go in thinking like it's okay, then it takes a lot of stress off of you, because it's okay. It happens to everyone. And then you could also practice on an acrylic sheet. So you can buy a sheet that has the guides there for you. So if you don't know how to guide it, it'll help you do that. And then also you can do like the practice tips where you just hold it, and it's super easy to just practice acrylic application. For example, if you don't have a client that day, do a set and act like you do have a client, and envision it as it being a real person, and it will come true. So that is my second tip, is practice daily, and it's gonna help you really succeed. Tip number 3 is don't be afraid to not be good. You have to own up to it and acknowledge that you are not at the level that you want to be at yet. You're gonna get there. Time will pass. It depends what you do in that time, and you really have to be on it. The next tip is use others' work to inspire you. You have to tell yourself when you look, even if you're not trying to look and you're on like Instagram and you're just scrolling, you have to tell yourself, I will be there one day. Look at that work and analyze it and see what they're doing. Like, there has to be a method that they're doing it to give them that result. You just need to create your own method. You have to let it inspire you. You have to have that be part of that ignition that lights your motivation, that makes you want to keep working, that makes you want to put in hours and hours of practicing and not being good because you want to get there. You know what could be done. It's a possibility. It depends on how you see things. So have other people inspire you. If you're seeing other people's work and you're feeling down about yourself, about your skills, then you need to stop and reassess how you're talking to yourself, and you need to reassess how you're portraying them and how you're portraying yourself. It's not about who's better than who, it's who's done the work. Okay, so just let that motivate you. And the last tip number 5. Tip number 5 is likes and follows don't mean that you are good or you're bad. So yeah, we want likes, we want follows. It's not bad to want it. It's good. It's building awareness to your brand, your company, what you do. That's perfectly fine. And you should promote yourself. But when you start seeing it as, I'm not either getting any clients, nobody's liking my pictures, I'm not getting any followers, you know, it's going to be like that for some time until people start picking up on you. It's because they don't know you. It's not because they don't like you or you're not good. So get that out of your mind, that because you're not blowing up, because you're not, you know, people aren't commenting or saying things, that you're not good. That may not be the case. I mean, you may be not good, but either way, that when it comes to your social media, that does not equal your worth. So don't be afraid to share your content and put it out there, because you can be inspiring someone else. It's not always about us, it's about the value that we give out, and that's why we do this in the first place. That's why I do it in the first place. So if you feel the same way, don't hesitate and just share your work, put it out there. It doesn't matter if you get any views on your video or any likes on your video or whatever. Keep doing it, and someone is always watching. People are always watching. Don't get that wrong. Well, I'm actually going to do a bonus tip if you have made it all the way to the end. Let me see what it is. Okay, my last bonus tip and advice for beginner nail techs and nail artists is you are better than you think. You may think you're really bad, but that's you telling you that. That's not everyone's opinion. That's only yours. Your work is better than you think. You're doing better than you think. It's just when we're in it, it's a little bit cloudy. So you just need time to pass, and you need to put the work in, and you'll see the result guaranteed. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this helped. This is the part 1 to my nail artist series, my beginner nail artist series. So yeah, don't be shy. Don't be afraid to leave any comments, leave your thoughts and any concerns, whatever it may be. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Peace.